Okay, good afternoon. Welcome back. We've got a station training program to do today. Today's station training program is going to be on the self-contained breathing apparatus. I'm going to be showing senior firefighter Andrew B, and also senior firefighter Tom Callahan, who is doing my audio video recording at the moment. The procedures with self-contained breathing apparatuses. The purpose and the outcomes of today's session is to provide firefighters with skills maintenance of the self-contained breathing apparatus. The shortened term in the fire is for the self-contained breathing apparatus is CABA, so for the future reference of today's session, I'm just going to refer to it as a CABA. So the purpose of the session, the outcomes of the session that we want to get are going through the components of the CABA. We're going to be doing the pre-operational and functional checks of the CABA. We'll be donning and removing the breathing apparatus. So I'll be taking senior firefighter Tom Callahan through the donning and doffing procedures and demonstrating those skills with him. For the pre-functional checks and the pre-operational checks and the functional checks, I will be taking senior firefighter Andrew B through those. We will be discussing a few safe work practices and servicing and maintenance of the breathing apparatus. The references today, we do have the Standard Operational Guidelines, Section 9, that I've provided both firefighters with for a bit of pre-reading material, along with an operations bulletin, which is 2007 number 1, titled SCBA Procedures, Checks and Skills Maintenance. So they've been provided with those copies as well. The content today, so the content of today's session, we'll be going through the indications for wearing a CABA, the types of CABAs that we use with Fire and Rescue New South Wales, the cylinders that we have, the components of the CABA, the pre-operational checks and functional checks of the CABA, the distress signal units, as well as donning and doffing. And then we'll finish up with the safe working practices of the CABA and some questions regarding servicing and maintenance and any review questions. So, we'll commence first with a quick WHS review. In case of any emergencies, we've got some emergency exits out the back. Today it's a very hot day, so we have water on board. Make sure everyone's comfortable. You comfortable, Andrew? Yep. He's ready to go. He looks very excited. So yeah, just a couple of WHS things. If the bells go off, we will be having to cease the session and return back later. So first and foremost, we'll go through indications for wearing the SCBA. Pretty much, we've got an acronym for this, and it's the HOTS acronym. Do you remember what the HOTS acronym stands for? Heat, toxins, temperature, yep, and oxygen deficiency. Yep. So Andrew's got it right. We've got the heated atmosphere. The second one is the oxygen deficient. Toxic environment, which is carbon monoxide and products of combustion, as well as smoke. So good on you, mate. That's good. Secondly, types of CABAs that we use with Fire and Rescue New South Wales. Do you remember the type that we use?
Australia, PA 94 plus.
Perfect. So he's on top of it. So the Drago PA 94 Plus is the current set that we use. This also has another acronym that helps define this type of breathing apparatus, and I remember it as OFFLS, which got trained with me. So the O stands for open circuit. It's first breath activated and automatic positive pressure. So we've got positive pressure within our mask and no air can get into the mask. It's positive pressure. It's lung governed and self-contained. Obviously it's all on the back strap and ready to go on our back. So We have a couple of components, but we'll go through the cylinder first. Being a hazmat station, we're responsible for doing filling and refilling cylinders, being a primary hazmat station. So the cylinder types that we deal with are 300 bar or 207 bar. What? So we deal with 300 bar cylinders, and these are essentially 2,000 litres of compressed air. They're an aluminium cylinder which is carbon wrapped. What pressure do we change the cylinders at? Do you remember? If it gets below a certain pressure, what is that? 240 bar. So anytime we get below 240 bar, that we need to change them. Being a filling station here, we tend to fill them at about 300, 310 bar, but they can fluctuate a little bit with differences in temperature. So keep that in mind. The cylinder main wheel valve assembly consists of your anti-rust tube. You also have your burst disc valve, which is down the bottom here. You also have your rubber buffer, which is located on the bottom of the cylinder, and this is for any sort of knocks, bumps when wearing the cylinder. We have our on-off main wheel valve, which has a one-way ratchet, so it can't go back once this locks in, and female din finning along with the stamp on the cylinder itself, and it needs to be changed, and that is every 5 years. So the components first and foremost, Andrew, we've got the backplate. So when going through it, we've got to make sure the backplate's in good condition. The straps also are in good condition. It's flame retardant as well, so the straps are flame retardant, so it's the backplate. And the cylinder retaining strap, my apologies, here, make sure that's nice and tight. So do you want to check that for me, Andrew, make sure that's nice and tight? So, beautiful. So, the reasons we need that nice and tight, if we do get into a HOTS environment and we do have the caber on,